So now I've cut down everything and I've cut it into small pieces. So after that I basically layered it around the fruit trees of high value that I want to give a boost. Because what you basically do is you add organic matter like wood chips. It's basically a substitute for wood chips, or those are wood chips basically. You can of course cut them into smaller pieces. I haven't done that yet, but like you can add those rather big chunks of wood and also the fresh leaves. And I still have to figure out what's the best order, because some people, they actually say that it's better to put the big wood down first and then add the leaves and the smaller material. But this is mostly from tropical contexts. And the problem we have here in the Mediterranean is that it's really not humid until October or November. And then the first rains come, and then during a few months the process of decomposition will be taking place. But the risk of this is basically that most of it will oxidize, most of the organic material, and not be broken down at all. That's actually an issue. So that's what I'm figuring out, how to do this best. You could make a case actually that it's best to chop down those trees, to prune them in end of October, beginning of November, just before the first rains come. And then often 1 or 2 weeks in November it rains a lot here in the Mediterranean, and this will really give a head start to the decomposition process. But we'll see. What I can tell you is that of course it goes much slower than a wetter context, but it will decompose as well, because I already added a lot of wood chips, and they have been turning into organic matter or soil over the last 2 years. So this is an example of a plum tree with a nice heap of material, of organic material. Another, this is an apple tree, which has not been planted very straight. Here you can see I put actually some of those sticks on top of the leaves in order to prevent them to be blown being blown away. So we'll see. And over there I have another one. Now I want to show you, because I want to show you something. Here, where you have those raspberries, I put in a lot of organic material in the form of wood chips. Last winter I added lots of them, and the winter before too. And as you can see here, they have been decomposing. It's not yet soil. It's not. It starts to become soil, but it's still not really broken down. But you can see already it's much smaller than the original wood chips, because here, look, it's hard to tell those were wood chips. It's already falling apart. And if you have a warm and humid climate, of course this process goes very quickly. And if it's very dry or very cold, there's not so much microbial activity going on, and that's why it takes a little bit longer. The benefit though is that a lot of this organic material actually stays quite stable for a number of years. And in tropical context, for example, there's a very high turnover rate. So meaning that like after 2 years, most of this organic matter is gone. Actually, at least what I want to say is it's not that easy to stock it for a long time as it is in more colder temperate zones. So that was part 2 of the Paulownia chop and drop method.